Hey you, welcome or welcome back to Booking with Star. Of course, I am your host Star, and in this video we are going to be doing a book tag / get to know your booktuber. So I got 10 questions that I got from other booktubers as well as from Google so that we can get to know each other better as book besties. Let's jump right into the video. The first question is, why did you start your YouTube? And to be very honest, the answer is very simple. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've started YouTube before and stopped, and here I am again. This time around I am talking about books because this year I fell in love with books and I can just yap and yap and yap and yap for hours and hours about it. So I was like, why not start up my YouTube journey? If you're constantly thinking about something and something is always on your heart, I think that you should take a leap of faith and do it. So this is why we're here, to talk about books and taking a leap of faith of something that I've always wanted to do. So it just meshed together very well. The second question is, why do I love reading? It's just fun. Something that I genuinely enjoy doing. I genuinely enjoy buying books just as much as I love reading books. It's literally like a high. Like, I love opening a book and diving into a world that emerged from someone's mind, someone's imagination. It also is like a mental stimulation, being able to put together pieces in my mind and create images in my mind from words on paper. Like, that just excites me and it makes me happy. Question 3, what is your favorite genre? So this question is so hard, honestly, because I really love fantasy, sci-fi, horror, thrillers. But if I had to pick one, like if I just had to pick one, if somebody was forcing me, my life depended on it to pick one, I probably would pick thrillers. Question 4, when did you fall in love with reading? I fell in love with reading this year. I remember, being younger and enjoying a book here and there. Like, I had no problem being able to sit down and enjoy it, but actually fell in love wholeheartedly this year. Like, I am in love with books, in love with reading. Like, even if I'm not reading in that day, or I haven't read for 2 days, which is very rare. I feel like I read every day, whether it's 25 pages or 5 pages, I'm reading every day. But even if I'm not reading every day, I guarantee you that there's a book by my side. There's a book that I am in the middle of. Question 5, do I prefer physical books, e-readers, or audiobooks? So personally, I prefer a physical book. I love physical books. I love having a book in hand. I love collecting physical books. I am not an e-reader. I do not own a Kindle, even though I probably will eventually own a Kindle. I think it's kind of like FOMO and not peer pressure, but I'm always influenced by my BOOKTUBER girlies because those Kindles be looking so cute. Y'all be decking them out in y'all stickers and the cases. They're just like, I want one. But I think I want one more for the aesthetic than actual reading, because I love a physical book so bad. And the girlies be saying too, especially my girlies that love physical books, that once they got their Kindle, the Kindle was that girl, and I'm kind of scared of that. Even though I have seen some of my girlies say that they got their Kindle and they still love their physical books. I feel like physical books are always going to be my number one love, but I'm still kind of scared to get a Kindle. But I probably will get myself one. I've also been thinking about like the mini iPad, but I'm rambling. So I prefer physical books. I have begun to love audiobooks more as my reading journey is elongating, and especially because I like to immersive read. Immersive read is when you're reading the physical book and listening to the audio. I love doing that so much. It's so much fun. And audiobooks are really good for me too when I can't have a physical book in my hand. Like if I'm cleaning, if I'm driving, if I'm cooking, like having an audiobook in those times is just like perfect. But if I had to pick one, it would definitely be physical books all day, okay? Number 6, hardcovers or paperbacks. I am a paperback girly. I love a paperback. If a book doesn't have a paperback, I will get the hardcover, but I do prefer a paperback book. Question 7, what is your least favorite genre? My least favorite genre is romance. I'm not really big on like contemporary romance books. I will read them like a paranormal romance or urban fiction romance or rom-com. I will use them as like palate cleansers because sometimes I do be reading a lot of dark shit. So, I will read them here and there, but they're not really my favorite. I do want to add more lighter, fluffier books to my collection just because, like I said, I do be reading a lot of dark shit sometimes. Sometimes you just need a little palate cleanser, a little pick-me-up. But Romance is my least favorite genre. Number 8 is, do you DNF books? The answer is abso-fucking-lutely, okay? If I am not enjoying a book, I'm not sticking through to the end. That is not my man. I am not sticking beside him. Do you understand? I will put that book down in a heartbeat. I do give a book maybe 100 pages, maybe, to decide whether, you know what, I'm just not into this, and I will put that book down in a hurry. It can definitely be a trophy on my shelf. I don't mind. If I ever get to a point where I'm like de-holing books, or I want to give books away, those will be my first choice, but I ever doubt that would happen because I love having books. But I definitely do DNF books. And if you don't know what DNF means, that just means did not finish, or I like to say do not fuck with. Number 9, what am I currently reading? Hold on, let me get the book. Okay, I'm back. Y'all miss me. So I am currently reading, hold on, let me move my, I'm currently reading The Outsider by Stephen King. This is, of course, like a horror mystery, kinda, a little thriller. I am on page 130 and I am enjoying it so far. It is really dark. Stuff with kids kind of just really breaks my heart, and it is a little bit triggering for me. And in this book, we are following a case with an 11-year-old boy who was found in a park. He was brutally unalived. It's actually very sad. The main suspect is little league coach, who, of course, in his town, he is devoted coach. Everybody knows and loves him. He's an English teacher. He has a wife. He has a kid. And it's starting to look like that it wasn't him, but all the evidence is also pointing to that it was him. Like, his fingerprints are all over the place. There are multiple eyewitnesses that saw him with the kid, that saw him multiple times throughout the day. But he has an alibi that looks like it's about to check out. And honestly, what I'm thinking, I feel like there's some type of shapeshifter, some type of alien, and it's called The Outsider. So I'm thinking there's some doppelganger thing kind of going on. But as you can see, this is a thick baby. I think it's like over 500 pages and I'm only 130 pages in, so we will see. Question number 10 is, what are my top 3 favorite books of the year? These are them. We have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Absolutely love this book. This is a fantasy, I think, and it follows this woman who makes this deal with a god, so to speak, and it backfires in her face, and she is basically invisible to everyone. Not literally, but let's just say she's in your house, you invite her to your home, you sit in there having a whole conversation with her, laughing with her, and then you walk away from her to go to your kitchen and get tea. When you come back, you'll be very much confused because you're not going to know why the fuck she got in your house. You're not going to remember anything about this woman. You're actually going to think someone's probably there to rob you because you don't know how the fuck she got in the house. Who is this girl? You've never seen her before. And she also cannot be unalive. So she's just traveling through the world, not being remembered by anybody that she encounters. And then one day she walks into a bookstore and she meets Henry. She decides to steal a book from that bookstore because that's kind of how she gets around now. She just does whatever because nobody can remember her. She comes back to try to return said book to get a new book because no one's going to remember that she didn't come in there and buy that book. And what happens? Henry absolutely remembers her. Love this book so much. My next book is Demon's Dream by L. Case, and this is an urban romance. This book was amazing. I talked about this book in my last video, my 10 urban fiction must reads. We're just following Dream and Demon on their enemies to lovers journey. But I absolutely love this book. Ate it up. Last but definitely not least is the Mindfuck series by S.T. Abbey. This book, ate it down. This is a revenge love story. Our main character, Lana, is getting payback on a town, a bunch of people who definitely deserved it because they did my girl so dirty. They left her for dead, and she's coming back with a vengeance. And then she's falling in love with the cop who is investigating the crime of all of her unalivings. So absolutely love this book. And that brings us to the end of this video. If you made it this far and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? Because clearly you jacking the book vibes here. Make sure that you hit that like button. You're definitely more than welcome to leave a comment, to let me know, to ask me more questions if you want, to let me know your top 3 books of the year. If you are a reader, if you're not a reader, you're here for the book vibes, that's cool too. Thank you for watching and booking it with Star, and I'll see you guys in the next video.